Hello, 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 everybody. I know y'all are used to me being here on a Wednesday, but I am super excited to kick off this weekend with you guys. And you are in for a treat. I have Miss Jessica from Labella Star Beauty joining us in a minute. Super, super excited to have her here. You guys, we're about to talk about beauty, business, marketing, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm gonna give her a couple of minutes to join us, and then we're gonna get started. Jessica is a amazing and dynamic speaker, and she's gonna be speaking at the summit this year. So we are so excited to have her be a part of the summit, but we are more excited for her to share her story. So let me bring her in. All right, let's get Miss Jessica connected. Now give it a second. Let's see. There, Jessica. All right, give her a minute to join us, you guys. And as I mentioned, I'm super excited for Jessica to tell you a little bit about who she is and what she does. She does a lot. And so we're just giving you a sneak peek of some of the things that you guys are going to hear about at the summit. She is going to come in and talk about beauty business and branding, marketing. So she'll be joining us in a second so we can talk a little bit more about who she is. And then, like I said, you guys, it's Friday. So I'm wishing each and every one of you guys a very amazing, busy weekend. This was a busy day. Ended the day strong and getting ready for a busy Saturday as well. So let's see. She said, I'm here. I'm added. Let's see. Go live. Let's see. We can get her in there. Okay. All right, you guys.
1 second. Let me make sure I got all this going. Hold on one
Okay,
second.
girl, because I can see a fan or a roof or something. I can't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
it's my fan. I just want to make sure these headphones, I don't know, I might not connect, but how are you?
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Well, I just want to jump right into it. I want you to tell everybody a little bit more about you, who you are, what you do, and then we'll talk a little bit about the summit afterwards.
All right. Well, my name is Jessica Jones. I'm an entrepreneur. I started off doing makeup at my house. Then it led me to be a licensed esthetician. It evolved from there, and then I jumped into the medical field. So now I have a mobile phlebotomy. And now I stepped into the nonprofit world, the public speaking world. So I do a little bit of everything.
And I mean, I think that public speaking just fits you so well because you
Thank
have an
you.
inspirational story and an amazing spirit.
Thank
So
you.
I like, and by the way, you guys, this is actually our one of our first times meeting, but at the summit will be our first time meeting
In
in person. So I'm
person,
super
yes.
excited to have you.
Thank you so
What
much.
inspired you to get started?
What inspired me? At the time, I was a single mother of four. So at
Ooh,
that time, it was like I had to choose between working, going to school, what was I going to do? And when I was working as a CNA, I didn't take well to somebody telling me what to do. I That was like one of my really hard things was like, don't tell me what to do. But mind you,
right,
I work for them, so they have to tell me what to do.
right.
So I said, I gotta figure this out because I don't like nobody telling me what to do.
Yes.
I always used to go with my makeup done, face beat, and one of my patients at the time, well, a lot of them were married. A lot of them were married for the most part. So the women used to be like, Jessica, my husband's coming. Can you do my makeup?
Yes.
I'm like, I ain't never thought about doing some of my makeup. I'm like, all right, well, where's your stuff? They had the little makeup bag. I did their brows, did everything. And it was like, you should do other people's makeup. I'm like, me? No, I just like doing my own makeup.
Right.
And then, but I kept hearing it. I said, you know what? I never thought to start a business at that time. So I'm just like, let me try it. I ended up going to school for makeup. I ended up doing a couple of classes on the side. I ended up doing it, and it did really good. I
Really
was like,
good.
oh, I'm on to something. I was making my own hours, and then I just said, you know what, I can do this full time, and I quit my job. I just did
And
it.
never look back. I know you never
Never
look
looked
back.
back. It did not say. I said, "Oh no!" And I just did it. I probably didn't do it the right way. I should have probably planned it out a little bit more. But I said, you know what? This is gonna work for me. It's either go hard or go home. I
Yes.
literally just went to work. They frustrated me. I said, you know what? I quit.
Right. I'm
And
gonna
I
do
said, oh my
this.
God, I can't believe I
Yeah.
did that. But I just went for it. I said, now I don't have no choice but for this to work.
Yeah.
I ended up doing makeup out my house. A lot of the clients are still, we cool to this day. They was cool.
Wow.
My baby used to sit on their lap while I do their makeup and stuff like that. It was cool. I built a relationship with them. And then I was just like, as you do makeup, you start going into different, faces, skin textures, things like that. I said, well, I want to do more than just do makeup. So I learned about esthetician. So I went to aesthetic school. It went from there.
Yeah,
I
just
was like,
took
all right,
off.
as I'm in school, I'm promoting my makeup. I'm still doing my makeup, but now I'm like marketing in
Yeah.
school. So as I'm doing, clients in school, that they used to bring in, I used to advertise it from there. Mind you, I wasn't ready to take nobody, but I said, I'm gonna market because I know that's what I'm gonna do from school.
Hold on,
So I
before you
built.
keep going,
Mhm.
dropping some gems, y'all. So
Yeah,
I hope that y'all are
it really
hearing
did
this.
help. Yes,
Because you
it
got
did
people
help.
in
Let me tell you.
esthetician school waiting, like, oh, maybe you were like, no, go hard or
Yeah,
go
like
home.
if I'm going to school for aesthetics, I'm gonna do aesthetics.
Yes.
So I started just promoting in school, like when we was doing hands-on practice, I started doing videos.
Yes.
And I'm like, new service coming soon. I built up the hype. I built it up all throughout the last couple of months of school. So when I was finally ready to take people, I had people lined up already.
Yes.
So that was like the best thing that I ever did. So I realized I like to study, higher brands. And if you ever notice that they market months and months in advance, sometimes a whole season in advance, I do the same thing. If I know I'm gonna drop something, I'm gonna advertise it. Yeah, I'm doing a wait list. I'm building that hype up. I'm seeing how my supporters feel about it. Is this going to be something good? Is this what they waiting for? What do I need to do to target them? And it went from there. So as soon as I finished aesthetic school, I went straight and got my suite. I went straight in. I just
y'all
said,
listening? That's what
I
I'm
just
saying.
did it.
People ask us all the time, well, should I start now or what should I listen?
What are y'all waiting for?
No, exactly.
Listen,
What
you
waiting
always gonna
for?
be scared doing something because it's something new. People, I work with a lot of people, and a lot of people have this mentality like they're scared to fail. You cannot be scared to fail because I took a couple of L's, but it just made me stronger. Like if anybody was following me from the beginning, you can ask my true supporters how many times I changed my business name. You can ask them how many times, because I did not study enough when I was like picking names and stuff like that. I didn't Google search it. I didn't go there. I didn't search it to see if the name was taking something similar. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just was so excited to have a business. I just said, let me just pick a name. And and later on it wasn't fitting and certain things had happened where it was similar to somebody else's name that was in another country. I said, I don't even want that headache. When I sat down, I really started to learn about business. And it went from there. Like as soon as I took my first training, I did my training. I was adding services outside of facials and stuff like that. Cause the education don't ever end.
Exactly.
It's just something more new to learn. So I ended up training. Somebody was like, well, I want to do this. I was one of the first people to do the hyaluron pen when people were scared to do it. They didn't know what it was. I remember I took a training out in California. She was a nurse at the time. This is when nobody really knew about it. People were iffy about it. I said, well, shoot, it's something new. I like to try.
Let me be the first.
I like to be different. I like to do all that stuff. So I'm like, let me try it. Let me do this. And I did it. I was just like, it wasn't regulated at the time. It was cool. It was, go ahead, go do it. But that's how, if you scroll all the way down, that's how I started. And it blew up from there. I started helping my friend. She was doing trainings and I was like helping her with her microblading and shading. And I'm just like, I really like teaching. Like, this is what I like to do. And I just started focusing on training, and I started learning about different businesses. After that, people started coming to me. I helped somebody open up a trucking business. I helped
Girl.
somebody open up a podcasting business, another one, a food truck. So I don't know how it ended up here, but I said, you know what, God, lead me.
Right.
I guess I'm supposed to be
I'll
helping
go,
people
right.
start
I'll
these
go where you
businesses.
send me. Well, and
Yeah.
see, just to recap though, a lot of times people will say, oh, well, I'm going to start it when I have A, B, and C together. There's never going to
Yeah.
be a
It's
perfect
never
time.
gonna be a good
And
time.
I actually
Never.
started based on a layoff. Like you were saying, you didn't like working for people. I got laid off and I was like, I will never allow somebody else to be my only source of income because it's too
Right.
easy to take that
Absolutely.
away.
Especially
So
after
same
COVID, when all them
thing.
jobs was being snatched away. I
Yes.
was in COVID, I was living my best life with my business. I was like, I ain't got to worry about nobody, telling me you can't work right now. Like
Right.
that. I didn't like that feeling, somebody else having control over my money. I didn't like it. And I saw people get laid off, and I just knew, like I said, I wasn't meant to work for nobody. So
Yes.
I just went for it, and I just encourage people all the time, go for it. And it took me, now with the public speaking, it took me to a whole other level with just telling my story.
Yes.
My husband, he's incarcerated. That's how it started. I was just betting, like, my husband incarcerated, and
Right. What am I gonna
whatever.
do? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, okay, these other women started gravitating towards me because they saw like the medical business. They said, so you got your husband's incarcerated and you doing this and that, and then I helped my husband open up 2 businesses in prison.
Yes.
So they're like, I want to do that. I'm like, I just did it. Like I was just
Right.
doing it because I wanted to do it. And my husband was like, I want to start a nonprofit. I'm like, a nonprofit?
Yeah.
I'm like, shoot, like, okay, like, let's do it. I want to help people. I know that's what I want to
Right.
do. And as I was saying my story, I was on the news. I've
Yeah.
been in multiple magazines, a big show. I'm not even going to say the name. Wanted to cast me on there, but it wasn't giving what it needed to give.
Right.
So I said no to it.
And now
But
you're
just
creating
me,
your own. It's
and
coming
now
back
I'm creating
around.
my own
Yes.
show is coming out. And I was just like, who would have thought me just speaking about my business, my journey, my stuff, all these women can relate to what I was going through. And it just took off to another level. So this is why I always encourage people. Everybody has their own unique
Right.
story. Everybody, why not share it? Some people are just scared to say they got a business. I don't know why. That's something to be very proud of.
So
You have your own
I will
business.
tell you one of the things that I've learned from what you've said and even just conversations with you and as well as myself. Be authentic, right? Because you created your own lane. There is this whole group of women who are surrounding you that are like, oh, well, I have that same issue and I need help. You did it. I want to be able to do it too, right? So, like you say, you
Mm-hmm.
can't be afraid to tell your story and be authentic, be who you are, because somebody is going to relate
To
to
you,
that.
yeah. Yes, exactly. There have been times I've been posted how many losses I took, but it was okay because you live and you learn. When you're in business, people think, okay, I'm gonna start a business, and then they're gonna make money right away. It don't
It's
work
not
like
that
that.
easy.
It is not that, because if that's the case, we'll all have businesses up in
Right.
here. Like, you have to really put in the time. You got to learn. Thank you so much. Thank you. You
Yes.
have to learn. You have to, really put yourself out there. And especially in the beauty and medical field, there's always something to learn. It,
Yes.
it just does not stop. You have to stay ahead of the game. I always try to like advertise myself differently from most.
Hmm.
So, which is why I like the incarceration, this, like me helping a lot of prison wives start their own beauty business and things like that. Because beauty is like a really big thing. Beauty and medical,
Yes.
it's not going
So
nowhere.
you have your own empire that you built, and then you have the one that you've been helping your husband with. So, really
Yes.
quickly, let's talk about your beauty businesses. Like, how many beauty businesses do you have? And then we'll talk about your husband's side as well.
And so I just have the Bella Star
Okay.
Beauty for as terms as like, body contouring. I mostly do trainings now. That I mostly do that. That's what I usually get booked
And
for,
your
is
business
training.
coaching, because
Yes,
business
and business
calling you.
coaching. That's really been taken off for real. So those are the two things that I do. I have leaned off of services for a little while, but I do trainings.
Okay.
And I'm in the process of opening up my own phlebotomy school.
Okay.
So I'll be able to teach that really, really soon.
Okay.
And those are my two babies that I've nurtured from the beginning.
And y'all, like, so some of y'all joined us later. I'm just going to recap that this woman started all of these businesses when she was a single mother of four. I just want to keep bringing that in
Yeah,
because
no,
it's
definitely.
amazing.
Listen, yes, I'll be telling people, like, when they say, "Oh, I have a child, I did it before, so you can do
Yeah.
it. We can do it." I didn't have no help. I didn't have a support system. It was me getting it out the mud. It literally getting it out the mud. If anybody that ever followed me from the very beginning saw my journey from when I was doing it, you saw my dresser, my pad in the
Yes.
back when I was doing
Girl, I
makeup,
was
like,
upstairs mixing stuff in the kitchen, in the break room.
right.
I mean, that's how we got to start.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Listen, I love I love telling my story just because I'm literally the everyday woman. Like, there's nothing, I didn't grow up with, a mansion and a mansion with money, none of that. Like, I literally am your everyday girl from Brooklyn, just getting it like
We
everybody else.
hear
But
the
it,
accent, girl. We hear it. We hear it.
but it just means more for me when I see somebody really going through it, as opposed to just saying, "Oh, I've been there." Like, I want to see you live. I want to relate to you. I want to know I can relate to you, especially if I'm spending some money. I want to know my money's going in the right hands too.
Yes.
I don't play with people money now.
So tell me a little bit about the businesses that you have helped create with your husband. And that's been an amazing like niche of his own, like I said, because
Yes.
you've helped him. So tell me a little bit more about that.
So my husband has two. Well, we started the third. I didn't announce that one yet, but okay, two. So we have a nonprofit called Beyond the Chains. We help those incarcerated or formerly incarcerated become business owners. We have helped a lot of people so far start their business. So that's Beyond the Chains. We have a prison wise program, a leadership program. We have all sorts of programming resources on that side. And then the second business is our mobile medical lab called Secure Testing Labs. So we do DNA testing, drug testing, and those are all felon-friendly businesses. So that's what we started, those two services right there.
Which is amazing. And like you just keep saying, at the end of the day, we all have L's, right? We still taking L's today. There's still gonna be something that changes with your
Yes.
business, something that you didn't expect to happen with your life, but that should not stop you from pursuing your dreams, your passions, what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you are truly a testament to that.
Thank you. Thank you. I just encourage people, just go for it. You got one life to live. You better make it work. You better make it happen. You better go out with a bang.
Absolutely.
Right.
And by the way, for y'all that are tuning in, I got a surprise for y'all at the end. So hold on to the end. But let's talk a little bit about the summit. So when you come in, girl, you're so inspirational just online. But when you come into town, like, you're going to come in strong. So what can they expect to hear from you, learn from you at the summit this year?
It's going to be more in depth, right? I'm going to really talk about like creating your voice, right? Telling your story to help promote your business in an inspirational kind of way.
Yeah.
So there's so many different ways to promote your business, but I guarantee you everybody on this live got some kind of story to tell. We all do have some kind of story to tell. It's just all on how you put it, how you structure it, how you say it, because again, then that public speaking leads to marketing, because that's how people know about your business. And if you ever look at other businesses, what do you want to do? You want to learn about the person. You want to learn about not just their business, but the person.
Yes.
So I branded myself. I didn't just brand LaBella Star Beauty. I branded Jessica Jones. So anything that I do, I have so many supporters. They'll go anywhere I go. So it goes past beauty. It goes to the medical. It goes to, oh, you got a nonprofit. How can I support? I just I started a dispatching business for trucking, and now I help other people start their trucking business. People went from beauty to that, to the side, as a second source of income. And so when you brand yourself as a person and they invest in you as a person, they will invest in anything you got going on.
That's true. That's true. You have to create that authentic connection with your clients, because yes, they may be coming in for a facial, but they may be giving you so much more, and you might be with that client, like you said, some of yours years and years down the line. So you have to truly build those connections with your clients. It cannot just be transactional. And I think a lot of people miss that piece.
They want to know you. when they spend your money. It's just like anybody on this live. Y'all are iffy when y'all give y'all money to somebody, right? Because you're like, I don't really know this person, but you feel a bit more comfortable when you have some kind of dialogue with that person, when you have a sense of feel for that person, because I'm big on connection. And I'm sure everybody on this live is big on connection. If I have a funny off energy, I am not going to give you my money. It just wouldn't make sense. Now I'm already walking into it uncomfortable. I'm not feeling the vibe. I will spend with somebody I feel comfortable. I wouldn't even think twice. Oh, here, take my money, because I know I'm in good hands.
Yes, that's true. And then even with beauty, a lot of times people will be self-conscious. They're like, well, I look this way or I feel this way. There's somebody else that looks that way and feels that way and will relate to you just because of who you are.
Exactly. So somebody's going to always relate to somebody. I used to overthink that too. Like, who's going to relate to me? It turns out a lot of people It turns out a lot of people do. I'm not going to tell people my husband's incarcerated. That's crazy. And it's me telling people that got me on TV. The craziest thing. That's what got me on TV. That's what got me on the news. It's something that you're most scared of. It'll be like, that's the most impactful.
Yeah. So not being afraid to step into your niche and really tell your story has made it
into your purpose. Like, you sometimes you just know when it is. Like, I know I'm supposed to help people. If anything on this earth, I know I'm supposed to help people. I feel that that's my purpose. My passion led me to my purpose.
Got you. Well, for sure. I'm already inspired, but y'all need to come to the summit for sure. We're gonna put the link up so that people can hear you speak at the summit, because like I said, I know you're gonna go more into that branding and that depth, and you are somebody that I love to tell people, when we pick speakers, we don't want somebody that can just give a good speech, right? We want someone who has lived it. I want someone who's talking about building a business that's actually built a business.
Right.
And so you built multiple different lanes, and you know how to lean into your niche. And so I'm so excited for people to come in and really hear more about that.
Yes, I can't wait to really break it down. I got my PowerPoints. I'm ready.
Have you ever been to Texas before? Have you been to Houston?
I've been to yes. I spoke at the Phlebotomy Expo. There was a first ever Phlebotomy Expo out in Texas. I was one of the speakers, but it was during the hurricane time. And so I couldn't really enjoy it
yourself
like I wanted to, but I can't wait.
Okay, well, listen, and that's something else as well. I want y'all to listen. She has a phlebotomy school. She is tapped into that phlebotomy network. That's another thing. That's why we tell people, y'all need to be at the summits, the conferences, the things that relate to your industry. It's not enough to say, I'm going to do a certification and start a business. You have to get into that industry, and you want to be one of the industry leaders.
And you got to love what you do. That's a big thing too. Don't just, because I get a lot of people that come to me like, I want to start a business. I'm like, okay, well, what kind of business do you want to start? I don't know. Well, I can't tell you what business to start, because if you don't like it, you're not going to want to do it. Like, people do what they think is in, and then, you know, behind the scenes, they want to do something else that they love, but is scared to do it. Does that make sense? Or even just like a 9-to-5. It's easy to have a 9-to-5, right? It's guaranteed money. But if you really just step out and don't be scared, you'll be surprised. You might be really like holding yourself back, like without starting that business.
Listen. I'm gonna say, being a business owner is hard. So you got to do what you love, because
you gotta love it.
Yes, like you don't want to do it. So you got to have something that, you know, fuels your energy on them days that you don't want to do it. You still got to love it enough to get up anyway.
Yes, exactly. You gotta love this, but you know, just don't be scared. If anybody's on there, if I'm telling you, everybody that's on here, go for it. I promise you, it's going to lead you somewhere. It's really is. If you just structure it right, your voice can be very powerful, and it can be life-changing.
Yes, and so we're going to go into a little Q&A. But before we do, right now, we've got some people live. I'm going to tell y'all right now, go ahead and make sure that you are following both Jessica's page and ours. And then we want you guys, and I'm giving y'all 24 hours to do this, tag 5 friends who need to hear what we have just talked about. And we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to announce the giveaway Monday morning. So all you got to do is follow Jessica's page, and I have it in the caption. follow our page, and then tag 5 friends who need to be hearing this or who need to be at the summit. And we will be giving a ticket away on Monday. So that's my surprise.
And I'll throw in a surprise too. They get a one-on-one with me for free. So whoever wins,
listen. I want. Can I have a one-on-one?
Yes.
So okay.
So that's my gift.
So I have a couple of questions that we got in the DMs beforehand, but anybody that's live, if y'all have questions, go ahead and ask now. But the first question that I have for you is, what was the hardest part when you were first starting your business? That was the first question we got.
The hardest, it was my confidence, because I was scared. I was overthinking, I was scared, and that was hindering me from marketing, from putting myself out there, because I was in my mind so scared that I'm going to fail before I even got to start. That's what really held me back a long time.
Okay.
Was me being scared.
And we all have that, right? I mean, I always just tell my students, do it scared, right? Because at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out, okay, you can do something else, but you don't want to live your whole life not knowing what would have happened if you would have just tried.
Right, absolutely.
So yeah, so I commend you for that. Like, we all got to get past that fear point so that we can see what's on the other side.
And
then I had three questions that they submitted.
Problem.
The second one is, what do you love doing most? Like, out of all your businesses, your husband's businesses, what do you like doing most?
Teaching.
Why?
I love teaching. I love it. Like I love it. That's my baby right there, teaching. I love teaching. I love helping other people start their business. And like that, I like cry for stuff like that, for real.
Well, look, and this audience knows that I love teaching, because when you see somebody who has worked with you, like, go out there and be successful, like, that's a feeling like no other.
Right, absolutely. I definitely agree.
And the last question is, and this is based, everybody's kind of been looking at your pages and stuff, so they always ask me the same thing: what's next? What's next for you?
What's next? Ooh, I just started a dispatching company, so that's what's next.
Okay.
I'm actually doing that, and I'm helping a few of the inmates start their dispatching business from in prison.
Okay, got you. Girl, so you always on the move and got something in the works, and that's exciting.
Yes, thank you. There's always something new to learn. And somebody new to help.
Absolutely. Okay, so any kind of final words you want people to know before they see you next month?
Yes, y'all need to get to the summit. When I say I'm so excited for this summit, because I already know what I'm going to say. I want to see tears in the room. That's how serious this is.
Yeah.
So, and just the knowledge, and just having these type of events to help expand or start a business is amazing. The new things, there's always something new to learn. There's always good connections when you never know who you're going to meet. Because that one person could put you in the room with the right person that you needed to be in there with. Definitely get in the room, take that flight if you're not in Texas, and come on to the summit.
Come on in. Come on in.
Say hi.
Come on in, y'all.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for giving me some of your time on a Friday. Look, I know we're busy on Fridays.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for my leadership class tomorrow. But yes, I appreciate you for having me.
Well, and we will see you next month. And then, of course, y'all need to go ahead and get your tickets. Yes. And then if y'all have any other questions for Jessica or any of us about the summit, DM us. We're always here to answer questions. And look, I hope y'all got these gems, because she dropped a whole bunch for y'all.
And it helped
right there.
Just do what I say. I promise you, it helps. Yes. Start doing it from now.
Identifying those niches, really making sure that you lean into being authentic. You don't know where your story can lead you. You just dropped so much in such a short amount of time that I can't wait to get the full presentation.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait till the summit now.
Yes. Okay, Jessica, they're asking what's your info. So what's the best way for them to reach you?
So you can follow me on this page, Labella Star Beauty. If you want to know about like the nonprofit stuff and the other things I got going on, it's going to be Wish on this star, and it's going to be underscores in between each word. So you're going to see about the trucking business. You're going to see pretty much everything on there. All my interviews are on both pages, but you'll probably see a little bit more on that one. But anything beauty, medical, spa related, you can DM me here. I'm going to be, this is my off weekend. Y'all got to catch me now. I said I got one class tomorrow, but other than that, I'm free. I definitely answer emails. I answer DMs. So, just hit me up.
Yes, and then I'm gonna tag both of the businesses here so that they will know where to follow
Yeah.
you. But also tell them where you're located, because she's not in Texas, y'all. She is flying in to talk to y'all.
Yes, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So I'm out here for now because I do want to move. I don't know where yet though. But I'm here, and if you guys want to book a one-on-one, I'm going to be at the summit. Whatever it is you want to do, I'm definitely here. I have public speaking classes as well, because public speaking
Clearly,
is
you
a big
are
part.
strong at that. I mean, you are
Public
strong at the public
speaking.
speaking.
Yeah, that takes your business to a whole other level. I promise you.
Yes, absolutely.
So much for having me, and I can't wait to see you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing
Thank
this. And look, I'm excited to hear you next month. They're gonna be like, Lindsay, you gotta work. I'm like, no, I'm trying to listen to Jessica.
I will definitely be there with bells on.
Okay, well, I will see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Okay, talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.